So all these crops that we have in the ground right now and that are growing are really driving us towards our next goal of getting this farmyard all configured and some sheds, maybe a silo. We might get away with not having a silo in town. We'll look at that in a minute. Or in town. We do have a place in town we can use. But we have some barley here, ready to be harvested, looking pretty good. And then over here we have some wheat that we want to keep some of it for some chickens. And I'm thinking we just put it in here and store it in the barn. So whatever fits in here at the end is definitely going to be kept. So the thing that we're looking at, I'm going to get to this harvest today. I think we'll start with the barley. But right now, if we do sell at the co-op, prices are great. Prices are looking good as long as we beat some other farmers in town while the prices are still high. So that being said, it's absolutely time to get started on this. And this will just be our second time using this harvester here. We're gonna waste no time today going on this. And the other amazing thing about this is we should be able to get some straw as well and make some money off of that. So we'll be able to bale it up with our baler and get that sold today as well. So, you know, looking at, you know, got to get everything priced because I do want a decent sized shed. We're going to get some lumber today if we have time to get our chicken coop built and get some chickens. And that was definitely the next phase that we're wanting to do. Not a ton of chickens. We're not going to try to make a ton of money off of selling eggs. We want really for the ability to eat the eggs ourselves, so they're food for us. But this field is much bigger than it was when we did the soybeans, so I have a feeling we're going to be annoyed with the size of that trailer. I definitely want to keep it, but we might be looking in to another one here momentarily. And well, I had to maneuver around. I think we're going to jump in the farm all to unload moving forward, but looking good. It is like the perfect size, isn't it? It is 93% full. That is not going to work. Let's shut the harvester off. All right, what I want to do, 1,500 liters of barley is what we're going to put aside for chickens right now. And we're going to have to look into another cart. Something that isn't too tall, but the farm all can pull. All right, we're going to have to get that out of the way. We did do some maintenance on it. She should be running much better now. Go ahead and back out here. Give ourselves room to be able to back up the soon-to-be chicken feed. Looking good right there. We'll go ahead and keep that running so it can get warm. All right, looking good back here. And just keep backing this up. Try not to hit the toolbox there. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. So looking at the catalog, not much more capacity from this. $6,000 could give us a decent capacity, especially if with the 8,000 capacity. So I think that's not much more. That's actually a lot more capacity. We'll go ahead and customize this and go ahead and put an order in and pick it up. So the farmhouse definitely should be able to pull that. But I am going to go pick it up with the John Deere here. I think it will be quicker than getting the trailer hooked up to the truck, getting them to load it. We'll just bring it right to the harvester and then get the farm all out here and get to work. Oh yeah, this thing feels like it is driving so much better. We do have the trailer over here waiting for us. Nothing like good maintenance, good oil change, get this thing running a little bit better. And we're going to test out the height over here. Make sure we didn't make a mistake. But gosh, brand new red trailer looks so much better than some of this old paint we got on these other vehicles. Or machines, I should say. All right, just back it on up. Get it all hooked up here. And then we'll loop around. And make sure we don't have any issues. Oh, that will be lovely. All right, again, this thing's old. We're going to keep it running. I don't want it to shut off on us. That means we can get back to the harvest. Not quite a full headland. This yield is looking great. It is only going to be about 1,500 each time we go around the headland here. But it's going to add up fast. It's going to add up fast, and we should be able to get about 4 or 5 loads with the harvester before we need to take the barley in to get sold. Boy, I have a feeling this has got to be the last time that I do this harvest by myself. This has got to be the last time. Duck, gotta duck. We don't hit the pipe. And there we go. The sensor automatically picked it up. Go ahead and get that unloaded, and we'll leave the farm all here for now. We could hop here and take a look. Yeah, filling up good. Doing its job, absolutely. And you can see we're almost around the headland the second time. We are going to do 3 loops around the headland. And I think that should really take care of it. But absolutely going to be looking into hiring somebody at least this time of year to come in and help us. And we might need to get that solved before we do that soybean harvest later in the fall. You know, there's a lot that we want to buy for this farm. And I really think investing in a bigger harvester has got to be right around the corner. Now, this thing's lovely. And I have no complaints about it at all. But we're going to outgrow it. We're going to outgrow it real fast. And especially if we start leasing bigger fields next time around. If we're going to decide to do bigger fields and lease some more fields next year, I almost think we got to wait till we get an upgrade on this, or we need to lease a better harvester. With the limited time that we're going to have and the limited days per month to work on this, yeah, we got to come up with some good plans. All right, another load going in. I think we'll be, roughly, 30% full in here. So we should get another 4 loads. And back at it, finishing up this third headland. So we got 1,500 liters already put away for the chickens, and 3,000 about harvested in the new trailer back there. So looking good. Yeah, much bigger field. My goodness. Underestimated the amount of time that we're going to need for this. I don't know if we're going to get to the wheat until tomorrow. We're making good time, but once we have to start driving back and forth to get this stuff sold, that's really when I'm worried about losing time. And finally got some help out here. The wife is out helping. So we'll be able to bust the rest of this harvest out. And yeah, we'll be definitely looking into some field or some farm hands, because this won't always be an option for us. Got to do what we got to do this time around. And I think while she's doing these short passes, we are going to drive in and see what 4,300 is going to go for. Just start getting an understanding of the money we're going to make today. Boy. Going to be a long drive at 16 miles an hour. All right, just cruising in here. Got to do the whole process. How's it going? All right, get us weighed here. And drop off when we get paid, and have a feeling she's gonna be full in that harvester any second now. Well, $4,800 for our first load. That might be enough to pay for this chicken coop we want to build, but not really looking like it's gonna help a ton for the farmyard build. All right, we'll be back with more. Thank you. I thought I could get there and back. That was silly of me. Well, not a ton done here. A lot to go still. And hopefully that means a lot more money. Boy, we're looking like pros already. Look at this. Unloading on the go. Getting to the long ups and downs. I think it's time to get a little focused and get this done. We got to figure out how to swap tractors. You can't pull that much weight. We're just gonna have to get real good at not opening the pipe before the deer goes by. So We need more horses. Yeah, if I get ahead like I just did, she opens the pipe behind me. It's not a problem. And boy, we can't get much taller of a grain cart until we get an upgraded harvester either. All right, we got 8,000 here. Whatever else goes in the harvester, I am going to bag up for chicken feed. And I'm going to pick up some bags while we're at the co-op here in town. And we'll get that all set up later on. But this is the rest of the money we're going to make off the barley harvest. So we're guessing, I don't know what's happening there, guys. We're guessing $8,500, $8,600. So about a $13,000 day for the harvest for the first field. And I think we will get on the next field and get the wheat done today, because we still got to do the straw yet. We got to bale that up, and we want to get another cut of our 2 grass fields here in July. So getting this done today will leave me, a couple days left in the month when I'm not working to be able to focus on making some more money off of hay. So I'll see you at the co-op. And here we go, dumping the last of the barley. How you doing today? Whoa. Okay, looks like he could be my brother. $8,900. Oh, all right, that's the last of it that we're going to be able to bag up. This is what we got. So a good amount of chicken feed to get us started. I did empty out the trailer as well. I think that'll be a good start for when we get the chickens in here. So I'm going to go ahead and probably do this whole harvest myself. I mean, based on what I just saw from the other field, I don't think this is gonna fill up the grain cart. Now we're gonna have to figure out what we want to do with these fields moving forward. I don't know if it's the best financial decision for these small fields to save all this for chickens and do a crop type that can generate chicken feed. I don't know if it's the best financial decision. And I think I am going to just keep coming over here and unloading. And I'll move it closer to the field once it's done. Definitely not getting 8,000 from this field. So we'll only have to do one trip back to the co-op. And we got enough time in the day. We should be able to get there before they close for the night. But as I was saying, I don't think, this is the best crop to make a profit off of, at least in this area. Unless we had a much larger field. $13,000 that we brought in so far. I mean, that seems like nothing compared to what we were doing for hay. And I know we had much larger fields for hay, so it's hard to compare. But it seems like a lot of time went into these 2 small fields. And not a significant enough of a payday for it. At least that's where my head's at right now. And coming to the end of it here, we did not get another full combine. Kinda disappointed. We originally just wanted this for chicken feed, so can't be too upset about it. Going in there pretty good now. And knowing that's only going to be about $3,000, I might just hold on to that. We can make a decision later in the year. Once we need to free up the trailer. Yeah, 2,666 liters of wheat. Definitely want to make sure we put it under cover. Maybe get a few more bags eventually so we can free up the trailer. We could always do that. That'll do there. Well, it was a pretty good day on the farm. I think we'll have to get the chickens tomorrow. And 2 harvests done. We still got a lot to do if we're going to be able to get that 3rd cut this year. And I don't know if we're gonna, but the 3rd cut of grass, we got to get the 2nd cut so that 3rd cut can start growing. We got to get the straw picked up in both these fields, as well as build that chicken coop And with the day job now, I just running out of time. Got to be honest. I'm hoping this year's profitable enough to where we can quit the day job and just farm.